What is up, ladder climbers? Antoine Witt here from Elevate to the Unknown and the Way Report and NextGenHeights.com. And it is Monday, November the 17th, 2025, 7 a.m. Central, and we are live on the Daily Climb. We are on week 4, okay? We are on week 4, and it is Monday. That's what we're going to call it this week, week 4. Marcus got the offer on Friday, $177,000 base salary plus 15% performance bonus, $203,550 total compensation after 3+ weeks of strategic positioning. Most people would say yes to this immediately. Be grateful just to have an offer in their hands, especially in this economy. But Marcus spent this weekend thinking, and this morning he is not accepting. He's negotiating for $195,000 base, $18,000 more. I want you guys to type negotiate if you see what he is doing. Okay? If you see what he is doing, type negotiate in the chat. That is the difference between gratitude and strategy, between accepting what they offer and positioning for what you are worth. Boeing workers, they didn't accept the first offer either. They struck for 3 months, got 24% raises. They returned to work this morning, celebrating. That's what they were doing because they did strategy. They implemented strategy. Laura Zimmermaker, she got rejected for 2 years. Didn't keep begging for jobs, built her own consulting business in October. Never been happier. Meanwhile, 81% of Americans are so scared of losing their current jobs that they won't even look for something better. Ain't that something? God dang. They won't even bother to look for something better. Nearly 1 in 3 would take a 10 to 20% pay cut just to avoid getting laid off. I want you guys to type scared in the chat if that is real. If you're feeling like that, type scared in the chat. Marcus is negotiating for more while most people are terrified to ask for anything. Boeing workers fought for 3 months for more. Laura built her own path when nobody would hire her. That is the story that we're going to be telling today. That's the story that we're going to be talking about today. The confidence to ask for more when the whole country is too scared to ask for anything. That is the Daily Climb. We are on week 4. Okay. It is Monday, November the 17th. Let's see what confidence looks like in a country full of fear. I want you guys to climb with me. Before we do that, let me check out the chats. Who's all in the chats this morning? We got T1000 in the chat. We got Buy the Book in the chat. We got Jason in the chat. We got Ant Dog in the chat. We got the Life of Cam in the chat. We got Big Suggs in the chat. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. We got Jabron in the chat. We got Topaz in the chat as well. Good to see you guys this morning. Beautiful morning. Morning grind. It's time to get to it. All right, Lyle. Before this, let me do this. Let me show you something. Let me show you exactly what Marcus is doing right now and why this negotiation is the smartest move that he can make, even though he already has the offer in his hand. And most people would accept $177,000 a year right now. But let me break it down. Let me break it down because this is the conversation we had this weekend. And you know me, I'm a strategist and I'm his coach. So we're going to talk about it. He has the offer in his hand. He had a 3-week plus journey that gave him the confidence to ask for more. Okay, so let me take you through the complete timeline because understanding how Marcus got here is what gives you the blueprint. All right. Thursday, November the 14th, Marcus walked into his final round interview, 2 hours long. They walked in around the office, introduced him to the VP, the SVP, team members on the floor, had an early lunch with him. This wasn't just an interview. This was a cultural fit assessment. They were already thinking, does this person fit here? They weren't thinking, can this person do the job? They already knew that he could do the job already based on the previous interviews, the first screen, the manager conversation. They already knew he can do the job based on how he intelligently communicated. Okay, he sold himself during those 2 interviews. I want you guys to type 2 hours in the chat if that's a good sign. But Marcus told me that after, this is what he said. Antoine, it didn't even feel like an interview. It felt like a conversation with colleagues. That is when you know that you crushed it. When the interview stops feeling like you are being judged and starts feeling like you already worked there. Friday, November the 15th, the offer came. $177,000 base salary, 15% performance bonus if he hits certain goals. I want you guys to do the math. 15% of $177,000, that's $26,550. Okay? Total compensation if he hits his goals, $203,000. That's a lot of money. Marcus was beyond ecstatic. We was getting it in the call, having a good conversation, but he didn't say yes immediately. He thanked them for the offer. He said he'd review everything over the weekend and get back to them on Monday. They gave him to today to make the decision. It was quick. You need to make a decision right now, Marcus. I want you guys to type SMART if that's the right move in the chat. Let me know what you guys are, if you guys were consulting with Marcus, what would you guys be telling him at this point in time? If this 177 came, would you guys have tell him to take it? Or would you have telling him to hold back? Like I did. But this weekend, November the 15th and 16th, right? Here's what Marcus did. Number 1, he researched market rates for the VP role in Charlotte in his industry. Number 2, he talked to mentors who negotiated before. Number 3, he looked at his value prop. 3 weeks of prep, 3+ weeks of prep, Oracle certification, strategic networking. He proved his value before the interview. Number 4, he realized something important. They spent 2 hours with him on Thursday. They already decided that they wanted him. If they already wanted him, you have leverage. So Marcus made a decision. He's countering. They've already invested this amount of time in him. They basically sent him an offer already. They walked him around the office. They had him an opportunity to meet some of the team members on the team. They want you. At $195,000 base is what he's asking for. Today is Monday, November 17th. Right now, as we're talking, he's going to be sending his counter offer. Okay? He's going to be sending his counter offer. Today's counter, 195 base, 15% bonus equals $29,250 total compensation, which is $224,250. The difference is $21,000 more per year over 3 years, $63,000 more over 5 years, $105,000 more. So $195,000 base, that's $18,000 more than the offer. If he gets that plus the 15% bonus, that's $29,250 in bonus. Total compensation, $224,250. $21,000 more per year over 3 years. That's $63,000. Over 5 years, that's $105,000. God dang. Making all kinds of money, boy. I told Marcus, I'm saying you paying me big time now. No, it took you over some time to get to where you are, but you got to say this works. Our coaching works. That is why you negotiate. Not because you are grateful, not because you are greedy, because one conversation can change your entire financial trajectory. The strategy that gave him the confidence, let me show you why Marcus has the confidence to do this. 3 weeks ago, he didn't have an offer. 4 weeks ago, he didn't have an offer. 5 weeks ago, he didn't have an offer. He had a plan. Week 1, Oracle certifications, free through the Race to Certifications program at Oracle. He completed 2 certifications in 2 weeks. Those went on his resume, on his LinkedIn, proof of his skills in cloud infrastructure. Week 2, strategic networking, not mass applications to 500 jobs, strategic conversations with people in his field. reconnecting with former colleagues, building real relationships. Week 3, targeted applications, 3 to 5 companies that match your skills, customize your resume for each freaking one, quality over quantity. That's the CATS framework in action. Competencies, appeal, trust, social capital. I want you guys to type CATS in the chat if you see how it worked. And now, after 3 weeks of proving his value, he's not just grateful for the offer, he's strategic about the negotiation. Now, what happens next? We'll find out this week. They could say yes to 195,000. They could meet him in the middle at 185 or 90. They could hold firm and say 177 is your offer. But here's what won't happen. They won't rescind the offer because he's asked for more. If they already want you, you ask professionally, they don't walk away. They negotiate. And even if they say we can't go higher than 177, Marcus still says yes to that. He didn't lose. He doesn't lose. He doesn't lose anything by asking. And if they say yes to 195, he just made 105,000 more dollars over 5 years. That is the power of one conversation. I want you guys to type negotiate in the chat if you're learning from this. Marcus positioned himself strategically for 3+ weeks, crushed the interview, got the offer, and now he's negotiating for more. While 81% of workers are too scared to even look for a new job. Let me show you why that is. Okay, I want to show you why that is. Now I need to show you something that's happening right now in America that explains why Marcus confidence is so rare. There is new data that came out this weekend about how workers are feeling. And it's honestly, it's terrifying. I want to show you guys, okay? We're going to tee it up a couple times on 2 fronts. I'm going to show a video, then we're going to talk through it, okay? So new data just released about how workers are feeling right now. And it explains why Marcus negotiating for 195 is really uncommon. 81% of the US workers worry about losing their jobs in 2025. Not 70%, not 60%, 81%. I want you guys to type 81 if that's most people. 54% say job insecurity significantly impacts their stress levels at work. 1 in 3 Americans suffer from what research are now calling layoff anxiety. That's what they're calling it, layoff anxiety. 69% of workers, they now prioritize job security over career growth. I want you guys to think about that. 7 out of 10 workers would rather stay safe than grow. And here's the part that broke my heart. Nearly 1 in 3 Americans would accept a 10 to 20% pay cut just to avoid being laid off. I want you guys to type pay cut if that's insane. So while Marcus is negotiating for $18,000 more, 1 in 3 workers would take 10 to 20% less just to feel safe. That is the state of the American worker right now. I want to share with you guys a video that I found on ABC. Check this out.
According to Glassdoor, the forever layoff is becoming more and more common in this economy as job insecurity is now higher than it was in March 2020 at the start of the pandemic. Wow. Here to explain is Chief Economist at Glassdoor, Daniel Zhao. So the forever layoff, Daniel, what does that mean?
What we're seeing is that companies are turning to smaller layoffs in the last few years, but the total number of people that are being laid off is going up. And so what we think is going on here is that companies are trickling out these smaller layoffs to try to avoid the bad press that comes with one large layoff. And this is actually in some ways worse for workers because you can have this anxiety hanging over you about whether a layoff is going to come in the next few months. And that makes it hard for workers to stay engaged, hard for workers to stay focused. And of course, as business leaders really push for efficiency and productivity, that seems to run counter to this strategy that some companies are using.
You just heard about layoff anxiety. 1 in 3 workers would even take 10 to 20% less. Let them continue on.
I mean, it seems like it creates anxiety, insecurity, and resentment. What can people do who feel like they're having these emotions around the holidays with this possible layoff coming around the corner?
Well, unfortunately, there are some things that are outside of our control, right? And so I think it's important for workers to really recognize what's in your control, what can you manage, and there are some things that you can get started on if you feel like a layoff is potentially coming down the pipe at your company. So that might mean brushing up on your resume, reaching out and reactivating some of those connections in your network, whether it's old alumni or old friends, family that you maybe haven't kept as much in touch with from a career perspective. And so these are all things that people can start to prepare for if they think that a layoff might be coming down the pipe.
All the things we've been talking about. All the things that we've been talking about for months now on the Daily Climb Show. Competencies, appeal, trust, social capital. Social capital are the connections. Open those doors up. Appeal, the networking. Competencies, going and get those certifications. Trust, building mutual respect. All that are the things that we've been talking about on this show for a long time to help you in the event if something was going to happen. Not only that, we talk about a lot of the things that you could be doing on the side. Side projects, side hustles, learning a new skill. That's all part of the Patreon. It's all part of the Patreon. Let them continue on.
What disconnect are you seeing between employees and leadership in corporate America?
Well, I think this forever layoff is symptomatic of this broader disconnect that we're seeing between employees and leaders. And in fact, in Glassdoor data, when we look at reviews about senior management and senior leaders, we see a huge increase in terms like disconnect, distrust, misalignment, miscommunication. So there is this growing disconnect between leaders and employees. And I think in particular, over the last few years, as power has shifted in the job market from employees back towards businesses, there really has been this feeling from workers like the job market isn't working for them, that they're under more pressure than they have been in quite a while. And that's why you're seeing this feeling that workers can't trust their leaders.
Well, a lot of it is also because of the fact that there's been so many layoffs that's been happening. And some of the messages that have come out have been completely out of this world. We're talking about the Salesforce CEO, Mark Benioff. He said that AI wouldn't cause any mass layoffs, and then he goes out there and fires 4,000 people from his customer service organization. Said he needs less heads. So what is it? That's why people feel a lot of this anxiety between the workers and the leaders. There's a mass tension that's building right now. A mass tension that's building right now. And if you work remote, it's even worse. 47% of remote workers have layoff anxiety. That's more than double the 20% rate for office workers. Why? Because remote workers feel out of sight, out of mind. They worry that they are first on the list when cuts come. And also, companies are using return to the office mandates as what experts call stealth layoffs. Bosses says, come back 5 days a week. Workers say, I can't, I moved 3 states away. The boss says, then you quit. No severance, no unemployment, just gone. That's what's happening right now. And that's the tension that's building between the leaders and some of the workers. I want you guys to type RTO if you've seen this. And here's what's making things even worse. There's a new term that researchers are using, the forever layoff that this guy is talking about. It used to be companies would do one big layoff. 5,000 people gone. Everyone else felt safe for a while. But now companies are doing smaller, continuous layoffs. 50 people this month, 30 people next month, 75 people the month after. While leaders are saying, oh, we're done with that. Layoffs of fewer than 5 people or 50 people now account for 51% of all layoffs, up from 30% in 2015. So that means that you never feel safe. They don't want you to feel safe. You never know if your team is going to be next. One Reddit user described it like this: I check my phone at midnight every night for layoff emails. I get 2 to 3 hours of sleep per night, and I'm terrified all the time. That's what he says. That is the forever layoff era. You never safe from being laid off. Okay? You're never safe from being laid off. You're just in constant dread. So when I tell you about Marcus and him negotiating for 195, you need to understand that takes confidence. Confidence that 81% of workers don't have right now, because 81% are so scared of losing what they already have that they won't even ask for more. Marcus positioned himself so well that he's not operating from fear. He's operating from strength. And that is what strategic positioning does. It gives you options. It gives you leverage. It gives you the confidence to say, I'm worth more than this. I want you guys to type worth more in the chat if you see it. Now, Boeing workers, they had the same confidence. Let me show you what happened with them this morning. Okay? Marcus is negotiating today, but he's not the only one who had the confidence to ask for more. This morning, right now, Boeing workers are waking up into or walking back into work after 3 months of fighting for and winning. And Laura, she spent 2 years being rejected before she said that I will build my own path. Let me show you what confidence looks like now. I want to share with you guys what confidence looks like. Stick with me on this segment, guys. All right, so this morning right now, Boeing defense workers, they are walking back into work. After 3 months of striking, 3 months of no paychecks, 3 months of uncertainty, but this morning they are walking back and celebrating. Now, what did they win? $6,000 ratification bonus just for approving the contract. That's cash in the hand right now. They also got 24% total wage increase over the contract term. 14.25% raise in year one alone. The average Boeing defense worker was making $75,000. Now they're making $109,000 annually. That's $34,000 more per year. I want you guys to type 34K in the chat if that's life-changing. Shit, $34,000 a year extra, boy, that's life-changing. That's what this YouTube channel used to make a couple years ago. Now we've tripled that. Maybe even quadrupled it. Maybe even 5 times it, 5x it because of the content that we're putting out now. But here's the thing about Boeing. They didn't just accept the first offer. And here's what you need to understand. Boeing made them an offer in August. The worker said no. Boeing made them another offer in September. The worker said no. They kept striking for 3 months until Boeing came back with a deal worth fighting for. That is the same thing that Marcus is doing today. Being offered something, saying, love it, but we can do better. The workers at Boeing was offered something. The worker said, we're worth more than this. Marcus got offered something, got offered 177. He's saying, I'm worth 195. Both had the confidence to ask for more. I want you guys to type confidence in the chat if you see the parallel. Boeing workers positioned themselves collectively. They stuck together for 3 months. They proved Boeing couldn't operate without them. That gave them the leverage. Marcus positioned himself individually. He got certifications, network, strategic, crushed the interviews. He proved that the company wants him. That gave him the leverage. Different paths, same result. The confidence to negotiate from strength, not desperation. That's what it did. These boys walking back into the office, these boys and ladies walking back into the office, all kinds of money in their pockets. $34,000 raise, that's a lot of money. Let me show you another path. Okay? Laura Zimmermaker, in her 40s, from California. I read this on Business Insider this morning. She was a director at a health tech startup. August 2023, she got laid off, her first layoff ever. and she felt ashamed. She said, I felt like I let my husband and my son down. There was extreme loss of identity and purpose. She had a 9-month-old son at the time, and he was at home. Laura says in early 2024, she started job searching. At first, she didn't have the confidence. Interviews weren't going well. She was in her 40s competing against people much younger. She was focusing on all the barriers against her. Then she had her first aha moment. She overhauled her resume. She looked back on her career, found the commonalities, saw the themes. I'm a doer. I'm a strategist. I'm a builder. I'm a healthcare relationship marketer. She found a great resume template on LinkedIn for free, built a robust, quantifiable resume. She started getting interviews, big healthcare companies, startups, marketing roles, all kinds of things coming at her. I want you guys to type resume if that's the first step. The second aha moment, she said, is this. She kept getting rejected, but made it to the final rounds and didn't get the job. And again, and again, and again. She even looked locally for the jobs. During one interview in her small town, the company asked her, would you be bored after working with global clients? At first, she didn't know what to say. Then she gave them the true answer. I want to make a local impact in the healthcare landscape and with rural medicine and expand this access to healthcare. She walked out and thought, I have a business plan for myself. She says this, I could consult health companies with their program management and build out plans that they can execute. So she told the company that she wasn't interested. Laura formed her own LLC in 2025, Frontline Health Strategy and Consulting. The first time she's ever gone off on her own. She's doing consulting with a pre-seed AI startup. A former boss offered her consulting work, and she said something that hit me. She says, I've never been happier. I'm now looking at the rejection and the failures that I had during this time as the best thing that's ever happened to me. I spent too many days crying with shame and despair, wondering, what is the universe telling me? Why don't companies want me? It took going through all of this to realize that I have a niche and skills that I can offer in many different ways instead of a full-time job. This is what Laura said. I want you guys to type Laura in the chat if that's powerful. I love this article when I read that this morning. Let's go back to Marcus. Marcus, 3+ weeks to 195. Okay. That's what he's going to. Boeing workers, 3 months to 24% raises. Laura, 2 years to consulting freedom, built her own path. 3 different timelines, 3 different paths, same result. The confidence to say I'm worth more than what you're offering me. Or I don't need your offer at all. That is what strategic positioning gives you, not just a job. It gives you options. Now, hold on real quick, okay? If the daily climb is showing you real strategies that actually work, if Marcus' story, if the boring story, if Laura's story are proving that confidence beats fear, make sure you hit the like button. Do it right now. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Okay? This is the Daily Climb, where we show you what's actually happening and what to do about it. We give you the solutions. I want you guys to hit the like button. Let's keep climbing. Okay? Now, before I show you what opens tomorrow and what you need to do today, I need to talk about protecting this community that I have grown for 2 weeks. Okay? And I was scared. I got to give it to you. I'm going to give you guys the real honest truth right now. For 2 weeks, I was off this channel. And it scared me. It may have scared some of you. Many of you guys were like, where's Antoine at? The ones of you who have followed me on the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel, you already know that the Way Report was kicking it, going live. We were live every single day. We didn't miss a beat. But the Elevate to the Unknown channel was put on pause for 2 weeks. And it scared some of you. Some of you reached out in text messages. Antoine, are you on vacation? What's going on? But let me tell you what we're doing to protect this platform and why you need to take action right now. All right. Let's jump over to this next segment. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, man. I was gone from the Elevate to the Unknown channel for 2 weeks. Some of you thought the channel was taken down. Some of you were worried about where I was. Some of you guys thought I was on vacation. Some of you thought I gave up. Okay, so let me be completely transparent with you about what's happening and what we are doing to protect this community. This channel has had some strikes in the past. YouTube is unpredictable sometimes with the niche that I am in. They've cracked down on the niche that I'm in, educating people about the remote jobs that is out there. They put me in a category of make money category. Okay. Although I'm educating people about jobs and careers that they can go towards, especially remote jobs that exist out there, or jobs in general, or education in general, they have cracked down on this niche on YouTube. You can find so many videos out there about it. Well, on a couple of my pre-recorded videos, I've gotten strikes on them because they put them as dangerous and harmful. Okay, so it's unpredictable. YouTube has rolled out AI and it goes to each one of your videos and it tries to look at thumbnails. And if you have thumbnails that have any sort of cash on it, you have thumbnails that have numbers on it that looks large, it makes them think that you are trying to give and promote get rich quick stuff. Well, there's no get rich quick in education and jobs, but they lump me in that category. So I received a strike. Then I received a second strike on another video. Then I had to take down all my videos that has anything to do with remote jobs. So many of you guys have probably seen, man, Antoine, you publish some videos sometimes, and next you know, you take them down. Yes, I do take them down because YouTube has been all over them. So what am I doing now? I'm going through and I'm making edits to those videos and putting a whole bunch of disclaimers in it so you know that it is educational content, not get rich quick content. That's what YouTube is doing right now. So if the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel ever gets taken down, you need to know where to find me. I am on the Wade Report. Okay. Now here's the thing going forward, this live stream right here will continue only on the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. The Wade Report will be my backup channel. Okay, so I want you guys who know me on the Wade Report channel, when you watch the Wade Report only, to make sure that you subscribe to the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel, because that is where we will be going live going forward tomorrow only on the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. Okay, the thing is that YouTube needs multiple homes for safety, for community. So we have a backup with the Wade Report to platform diversification. Now, here's what I'm going to be doing on the Wade Report as the backup channel. Okay, I want to make sure this is very clear. Make sure you subscribe to the Wade Report if you're on the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. And if you are on the Wade Report channel, make sure that you are subscribed to the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. All right. Therefore, you won't lose this community. You won't lose the daily climb. You won't lose the strategies and intelligence. It just moves to a different channel, but only if you subscribe to both. I want you guys to type subscribe when you do it. Type it in the chat when you subscribe to both. I don't care if you leave the channel for a quick second. Just make sure that you type subscribe if you subscribe to both. Subscribe to the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. Also subscribe to the Wade Report, the Wade Report. Also, what you can do is you can subscribe to the newsletter. Therefore, you will get a recap of everything that we talk about on this channel, on this live stream, in your daily email, so that you don't have to worry about missing out on anything if you don't show up to the show. You get a recap of it in your email. What I'm going to be doing on the Wade Report, I'm going to be posting the shorter clips of the live streams on the Wade Report. Therefore, I won't be going live on it. I'm going to be posting the shorter clips. So for today's clips, you're going to see a shorter video, maybe 10-minute videos or 20-minute videos of the main parts of this show so that you can get a pretty good recap. That's what we're going to be doing on Way Report. On the Elevate to the Unknown channel, you're going to get the full live streams. Way Report, 10-minute highlights, 20-minute highlights of the live stream. Elevate to the Unknown, the full daily climb live streams. That's where it exists, 55 to 60 minutes. Okay, let me repeat that one more time. The Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel, full daily climb live streams, 50 to 60 minutes at the Way Report, clips, highlights, and backup streaming location. Both channels are critical. Now, why does this matter right now? Because this community has 110,000 people strong plus. Okay. We have a growing Patreon. We built something real together. Marcus followed these strategies for 3+ weeks. He's negotiating $195,000. All right. The stuff that we talk about here works. But if Elevate to the Unknown never gets taken down and you're not subscribed to the Way Report, then you lose access to this. And I can't let that happen. So right now, before we keep going, go to at the Way Report and subscribe. Takes 5 seconds. If you are on the Way Report and you aren't subscribed to the Elevate to the Unknown channel, go to the at Elevate to the Unknown and hit the subscribe button. It just takes 5 minutes. All right. Now I wanted to thank you guys seriously for rocking with me. This is how we protect what we've built together. And listen, if you want the complete negotiation scripts that Marcus is using today, if you want, resume templates, if you want the CATS framework, you want that breakdown, join the Patreon. www.patreon.com/Black Heights. Okay. We don't just tell you what happened. We show you how to execute. Link is in the description of this video, of this live stream. Now, let me show you what happens tomorrow morning and what you need to do today to position for it, just because, you need to be ready for it. Here's the thing. Marcus didn't wait until the interview to prepare. He prepared 3+ weeks, 4+ weeks, 5+ weeks ahead of time. So what opens tomorrow, I want you guys to start to be prepared for today. And I'm going to show you guys what that is. Let's move over to this next segment. So tomorrow morning, Tuesday, November the 18th, something big opens. And if you are positioned right, this could be your Marcus moment. Amazon Web Services is launching a brand new professional level certification. It is the AWS Generative AI Developer Professional Certification. And this is the beta exam registration. And it opens tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay? That's 8 a.m. Central. That's 6 a.m. Pacific. And here's what makes this special. The first 5,000 participants get an early adopter badge. I want you guys to type 5,000 if you want to be part of that group in that first wave, because typically the first people who are there, they're going to be able to get offers. They're going to be able to show that on LinkedIn. They're going to be able to look at and create more opportunities for themselves. Now, why does this matter? This matters because the average salary for a generative AI certified professional is $206,000. And if you get certified in November or December of 2025, you literally will be in the first wave of certified professionals. And while companies are scrambling to find qualified candidates, that is your strategic positioning. You'll be just like Marcus, who got an Oracle certification before his interviews. You get this certification before companies post jobs requiring it. So what do you do tonight? Well, here's what I say that you do tonight. Action number 1, you want to set your alarm for 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow, Tuesday, November the 18th. If you are Central, that's 8 a.m. Central. That's after this call. If you are in Pacific, then that's 6 a.m. When that alarm goes off, go to the AWS Skill Builder and register for the beta exam. The first 5,000 get the badge. You want to be in that first wave. if this is something that you're going to do. For all of you who already have things on your plate, like you're getting a Scrum certification and stuff like that, don't pay this no mind. You got to do something different. This isn't for you. If you're on your plan already, you already have your action, keep your head down, finish one thing before you get to the next. All right. I want you guys to type alarm set. If this is what you're going to be doing, type alarm set in the chat. Action number 2, tonight before going to bed. All right. Go to awsskillbuilder.com. Look up AWS Certified Generative AI Developer Professional. See what topic it covers. See what the exam format is. Decide if you want to register tomorrow morning. If you are in tech, if you are in data, if you are in AI, if you are in engineering, this could be worth $206,000 in salary. At a minimum, guys, it's worth researching tonight. But here's the thing. AWS isn't the only opportunity right now. Let me show you what else is happening. Tesla, they are recruiting for $200 million manufacturing facility in Brookshire, Texas. About 1,500 positions once the operations open up. That's a lot of people. And that's here in Brookshire, Texas. They're looking for production workers. They're looking for technicians. They're looking for operational staff. If you guys are interested in jobs in Brookshire, Texas, especially in manufacturing, check out Tesla's career website. All right. The federal minimum wage increased to $9.50, and that is per hour on November the 13th. That's the first increase in 16 years. 27 million workers are affected. If you are making minimum wage, that's an extra $2,000 per year. Dick's Sporting Goods and Foot Locker, they are hiring 14,000 associates for the holiday season. 9,100 for the Dick's brand. 4,075 for the Foot Locker's portfolio. Now your Monday plan. Here's what you can do today, not tomorrow, today. Action 1, set your alarm for 9 a.m. Eastern. Action 2, review AWS Skill Builder and decide if you are going to register. Action 3, update your resume, even if you're not job searching. Do it right now. This is what the 85 or the 81% who's scared of their jobs, they need to be doing. You heard the gentleman in that video that we shared. You don't want to wait until it's too late. Get your resume updated. Marcus had his resume ready. When the opportunity came, he just submitted it. You need yours to be ready too. Your action number 4, connect with 2 people on LinkedIn today, not random connections. Make sure you are tapping in with your network. Build those networks, guys. It is so important to do that right now. Tap in with people that you haven't spoken to in a long time. Check in on them. Just do 2 people. Send them a message. You know they're looking at your LinkedIn anyway, seeing what's going on. Why don't you send them a message? Say, hey, what's going on in your world today? Can we set up 15 minutes to catch up? Send me your number. People who you work with, people at different companies, people that you're interested in, people in roles that you want, send a real message with a connection request as well. That's the strategic connections. Your action number 5, check your emergency fund today. Do you have 3 to 6 months of expenses saved? If not, you better start building it. Start building it this month, even if it's $500. Because 81% of workers are anxious about layoffs. But if you have 6 months of savings, you have options, you have time, you have leverage. If you don't even have 6 months of savings and you have some side hustle that's bringing in thousands of dollars a month, you're in a pretty good position. And one more thing. This is a big week. Tuesday, tomorrow, we have the Home Depot earnings report that's going to be coming out. Wednesday, we have NVIDIA earnings. This is critical for the AI industry, the entire AI sector. If NVIDIA misses expectations, AI stocks will fall. If NVIDIA beats, AI stocks will soar. Thursday is Walmart and Target earnings, plus the September jobs report finally being released after 7 weeks of delays. This will tell us what the job market looked like in September before the shutdown. And we already know that October, I don't think we're going to get an October report because the Bureau of Labor Statistics was shut down for the government shutdown. And one more thing. If you get a job offer this week, remember what Marcus is doing. Okay? Don't just say yes immediately. Take 24 to 48 hours, research market rates on Glassdoor, salary.com, on LinkedIn, know your value, know your certification value, know your experience value, know your results, counter professionally with an email, and remember, they already want you. That's why they sent you the offer. And if they already want you, that means you already have leverage. And if you want the exact script that Marcus used to contact his connections, if you want the exact script that he used when he replied back to his managers that offered him the interview, check out the Patreon, www.patreon.com/Black Heights. If you want the complete salary negotiation framework, check out the Patreon. Okay? We show you exactly how to execute. Link in the description of this video. And before we close, if you got real value from today's show, if Marcus, the Boeing story, the Laura story, if his certifications, if it proved that confidence beats fear, make sure that you hit the like button. Please do it right now if you haven't done it yet. Also, subscribe to the Daily Climb on the Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel first, because that's where we're going to be going live every day from now on while we are in this state and we are back online. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are alerted when we are live on that channel. And don't forget to subscribe to the Wade Report at the Wade Report at TheWadereport as your backup channel. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, I'll have updates on Marcus's negotiation, plus the AWS registration. Guys, this is the Daily Climb where we show you what's actually happening and how to position for what's next. Hit the like and keep climbing, okay? Today's Monday, November the 17th. Marcus is negotiating for $195,000 today. Boeing workers, they are walking back into the office celebrating a 24% raise. Laura is running her own consulting business after 2 years of rejection. And tomorrow is AWS, the better registration, certification opportunity for a $206,000 potential career. The question is, will you have the confidence to ask for more today? Or will you be part of the 81% that's too scared to even try? That depends on what you do today. Set the alarm for tomorrow. Update your resume. Make 2 connections. Check the emergency fund. Position yourself strategically. Then tomorrow morning, you're ready for whatever comes next. Marcus positioned himself 3+ weeks. Got the offer. Now he's negotiating for more. You can do this too. Okay? You guys got this. I'm Antoine Wade from Elevate to the Unknown and the Wade Report and NextGenHeights.com. This is the Daily Climb. Keep climbing. We will see you guys on tomorrow's live stream on Elevate to the Unknown YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys. The Life of Cam, good to see you, man. Topaz, good to see you. NC Worker, good to see you. NC Worker says, congrats, Ant Dog. What you do, Ant Dog? Ant Dog says, after I'm on PTO for 2 weeks, I'm about to be busy building my company. I like it, man. You're taking a break. Get some rest, my man. Enjoy your time. Build your company. Do the big thing, brother. Take Back Trey. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Tech Back Trey. Make sure you come back. I am London Nicole. Thanks, Ant. I just saw something similar to Harvard is offering through Coursera. Knew nothing about Coursera until this channel. I was under a rock. Coursera is big time. Mr. Street says, not to be negative. I thought about getting the AI tech. In my research automation, AI will create its own maintenance in the near future. AI will create its own maintenance in the near future. You got to think about all these robots that's getting ready to be created. You have all these opportunities to clean up all this stuff that is about to make a mess. Absolutely. Ant Dog says, this story just reinforced my belief to hit the ground running with my AI data analytics company, which specializes in cash flow for business owners. Let's go, Ant Dog. Let's go. Jabron, let's go. Let's get to the money. All right, guys. Enjoy your Monday. Go out here and crush it. We will see you live on tomorrow's show. Take care now. Bye-bye.